We all go through something. We all make mistakes. We all have problems, and sometimes the consequences of those mistakes in brokenness could seem like God had just deserted us. And just understand this, most of the things that we do that create the brokenness is because of something we did that caused us to go into brokenness. But he's saying this, that he's called you by name. And I want you to know that Christ redeemed you when he went to the cross and died for your sin. In that redemption, that means that everything's already been paid for you. And when you come to Christ, then you're coming to him, and he redeems you back and forgives all your sin. You and God are then united. And he's going to bring you out of that captivity of brokenness. That captivity can be financially broke. That captivity could be spiritually broken. That captivity could be separated from a loved one, or divorce, or prison, in and out. It doesn't make any difference. He already has your name, called you by name. He already has a place in the kingdom for you. The vision he's given you, he already wants to make provision for you. And he'll trade other lives for your life because you are valuable to him. I'm telling you something, brothers and sisters. In this brokenness, don't allow Satan to come in and make you think that that's the end and take your life. 45,000 people did that in 2020. And you know, suicide is one of the highest has the highest death rate than anything in the whole wide world. And Christ wants you to know that you already been redeemed, that he loves you unconditionally, and that no matter what you've done, no matter how bad it seems, that he's going to work it out. There's a story in the Bible about Gideon and the Israelites had committed sin and had run away from God and done all kind of things in the world that they shouldn't have done. And they were in their brokenness. And when they were in their brokenness, they asked for forgiveness in that brokenness. And an angel showed up right after they get through asking for forgiveness to bless them to be able to come out of the situation they were in. They were having a scrap food and living like they were slaves because they had abandoned God and they were in their brokenness. But I want to tell you something. Angel told Gideon, said, "Get up, mighty warrior, and go and defeat the enemy." Gideon started looking at what his situation looked like, how many people he had, that his army was weak and he didn't have the capacity to do it. And God said, "It's not going to be by your strength or might, it's by my spirit that you might prevail. This battle is not yours, it's mine." I want you to know that when he asked for forgiveness and turned away, even in his brokenness, right then the angel came and camped up by him. And when they went out to go out to war, they had 30,000 men. God said, "No, that's too many, because if you go out with 30,000, you're going to think you did it." He wants you to know in that brokenness, when he brings you out, that there's nothing you did. You didn't have to earn it. He already called you by name. He already had a position for you. He was right there in the brokenness to bring them back. When they came back to God and asked for forgiveness, God forgave them. They even had the audacity to ask God why he put them in that position. He said, "I didn't put you in that position. It was the choices you made that caused you to get in that position. But I was in the position with you when you made the bad choices. And then when you got broken and asked for forgiveness, I automatically connected you right back up." I want you to know that Gideon and them went on, and God told them to tell the men that didn't believe to go home. 20,000 of them went home. And then he said, "That's still too many." And then he separated them, and he ended up with 300 men, and all they had to do was break a lantern and just walk around and scream and holler and claim the victory. And I'm telling you, they had victory over he said it was so many soldiers that there were more than sand on the seashore. Now watch this. And when we woke up the next morning, 185,000 soldiers had died. The angels had went in and destroyed the enemy. They went down and took all the wealth that they had. Their lives changed that day. I want you to know they went from brokenness to a blessing. I want to tell you, no matter where you are right now, stop looking at your checkbook. Stop looking at how you're going to do it. I need you to start trusting God, because he'll take what the enemy have and give it back to you.